shot. You're in my shot. You're in my shot.
Peekaboo.
You're in
Where
my
are
shot.
you?
You're in my shot.
Hello.
Oh my goodness, they're both here now. Happy Easter!
Happy Easter!
So we are taking a break from remakes, What Were They Thinking, to bring you our one and hopefully only Easter special, where we salute our favorite Easter movie of all time, Easter Parade, starring Judy Garland and Fred Astaire. In your Easter bonnet, with all the frills upon it, you'll be the grandest fella in the Easter parade. I'll be all in clover, and when they look us over, we'll be the proudest couple in the Easter parade.
So Easter Parade premiered on July 8th, 1948.
Wait. So Easter Parade, a movie about Easter, did not actually premiere on or around the holiday?
Not at all.
But I watch it during Easter time.
I know, you can watch it anytime.
But I like watching it during springtime.
The interesting thing is,
Okay.
the reason the film was made,
Uh-huh.
Irving Berlin wrote the music, and he wanted a movie filmed around the song Easter Parade. And he wanted Judy Garland to be in it
Okay.
because to him, she was a songwriter's dream.
Well, she is.
And Gene Kelly was supposed to be the main male lead.
He's not my favorite.
And Sid Charisse was supposed to play opposite him.
So let's get into who played what.
Let's do that.
All right, so we have the great Don Hughes, who is...
Fred Astaire.
Okay, and so then we have Nadine.
Ann Miller.
Oh, she's fantastic. And then we have the delicious Johnny.
He was played by Peter Lawford.
Delicious. And so that would make Hannah Brown.
Judy Garland.
All right, okay, so let's talk a little bit about the plot.
Okay.
So the story is pretty simple. We have a famous vaudeville dance couple, Nadine and Hughes, and they are about to embark on this huge tour where they go state to state performing. However, loophole, Nadine did not sign the contract. So Don is tied up in this legal contract where he has to go and perform, and Nadine does not. Why does she not?
She wants to start a solo career. Think about it. Don is used to dancing with a dance partner. He's not a solo act.
Not at all. So what does Don do?
Don is not happy, so he goes to the local pub
Being a man.
and drowns his sorrows.
So typical.
The really cool thing about this pub, though, is on the bar, they've got a basket of bread and they've got breadsticks.
Substance!
And a little dish of olives. And I'm thinking, when was the last time you saw a basket of bread on a bar?
Soaks up the liquor.
So back to Don.
Don says to Mike, the bartender, I can take any one of your dancing girls that are performing right over there and make them a star.
What an ego.
Yeah. So he goes over and he pulls Hannah Brown aside, looks her up and down like a creeper, and says, yeah, I think you'll do.
Do what, she says.
And he gives her his card and offers $100 a week to basically become his new dance partner.
Just like that.
And she rips up the card. And then she goes, wait, that was Don Hughes.
Yeah, Don Hughes.
So then what happens?
So, Hannah Brown is now in rehearsal with Don Hughes.
The first thing he does is change her name to Juanita.
Well, if you wanted a Juanita, she says, why didn't you hire one?
She's so pippy. I love her.
Anyway, she's learning the dance routines, and it's not the same kind of dancing she's used to, you can tell, because he tries to make her glamorous and kind of like Nadine.
She also doesn't know her left from her right.
She has to put a rubber band on her leg so she knows which is which.
Apparently she would be a hardened criminal if she used her left hand and everything. The whole story's funny.
It's kind of cute.
Yeah. So then they have their first performance, and
She's in a flowing gown that has feathers, and the feathers kind of fall off the dress.
and they only receive one bow.
One
And that's not enough for Mr. Hughes. He's so used to like encore and everything.
So what happens when word gets out to Nadine? What did
she says to him? She's imitating me.
Mm.
And he goes, but she's never met you. And she goes, no, but you have. And then he decides, that's it. And he leaves her at a restaurant. She goes, don't you dare leave me. And he goes, oh, you don't know, honey. You're on your own now.
So now Don knows what he needs to do to improve on their act.
And what do they do?
Well, he needs to find out what kind of performer Miss Hannah Brown is. And they're sitting at the piano.
Bye-bye, Juanita.
And they're doing more upbeat music.
Like what?
I love a piano. I love a piano. I love to hear somebody play. And he goes, that's it. That's what we need to do. So it was a different style act entirely.
And they go and they perform all these great songs that Irving Berlin wrote, and they are successful, and then they end up getting a major showcase in New York. They got their
own show.
Finally.
Yes.
So now Nadine is in competition with them.
Aha.
So let's talk about the romantic relationships in this story. So like all great musicals, we need a love story to tie it all together.
Of course.
So
this is not a real typical one.
It's not a love triangle.
It's not a triangle.
It's not a triangle at all. It's actually a very convoluted square that almost looks like a parallelogram or something.
At first you thought it was a
hexagon
or a pentagon.
This is why I don't teach math.
Show me your diagram.
Okay, so we have Don and Nadine. We start the story with their pseudo relationship. However, Nadine also is seeing Johnny, or I guess they're together. I'm not really sure. So then Don leaves and she's going to go off on her own. Meanwhile, Johnny runs into Hannah in the rain on the street and he sings to her and he's just like so adorable.
Fella.
Meanwhile,
with an umbrella,
Hannah is in love with Don, but still keeps seeing Johnny.
So let me recap. Don loves Nadine. Nadine loves Johnny. Johnny is over the moon with Hannah, and Hannah is falling in love with Don.
I told you, it's
Hollywood.
So who ends up with who?
Well, it seems that Don ends up with Hannah.
No, spoiler alert, they do end up together because they walk the Easter parade and he gives her a ring.
Okay, good enough.
Yeah.
And Johnny's like, okay, why not? I'll call Nadine and we'll go out type thing.
But who knows who she's going to end up with. She might just stay with her dogs.
She might just stay with her dogs. What's your favorite moment in the picture?
Well, this is actually one of my favorite movies of all time. And even on the DVD case, it says, the happiest musical ever made.
Oh, yes.
So, believe it or not, one of my favorite scenes is actually a dance number.
Really?
What?
Oh, my.
So the great Ann Miller is performing at her showcase when she's Nadine and she's singing, shaking the blues away, unhappy news away. And she is like dancing 500 taps a minute.
That's
in this
what I read, that she
one scene.
She's incredible.
The girl is unstoppable. I wish I could be like the dancer that she is. So that right there is like my favorite scene.
That's your favorite scene.
My favorite scene.
I love the montage of the dance numbers where Hughes and Hannah are becoming famous. They've got all those wonderful Irving Berlin tunes.
And they're like little clips numbers. And they have like little outfits and everything. That one is also really cute. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. I love a piano and the midnight choo-choo.
The violin. All sorts of fun stuff.
Fun stuff. But another favorite part is when they're in the restaurant.
The restaurant they typically go to.
And it's Johnny and Hannah. And they're asking the waiter, what do you recommend? And Francois, the waiter says, salad Francois. And he describes how this salad is made.
In like really specific details. Like when he says they're going to cut the onion, he's like crying and everything.
Toss, toss,
mix, 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 toss, toss.
It's just adorable.
They don't order the salad.
Nobody ever eats there out of this.
No, they're always like walking off and everything, so he's so used to that. But I think
adorable.
those are some great scenes. Like that's why it makes it the happiest musical of all time. So we hope you really enjoyed our little Easter special. talking about our favorite movie, Easter Parade.
Hope you got some chocolate. The Easter Bunny is essential.
We know that this is going to be a different Easter from what we're used to. So, hey, go on Prime or wherever you rent your movies or stream them and whatnot and give Easter Parade a try. And hey, while you're at it, why don't you tell us what you've been
Tell
watching?
us what you've been watching. We haven't heard from you.
Not at all. Come
Stay
on.
well. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. And so our next episode, we finally figured out our theme. And what is it?
Cinderella.
But not Disney.
Sorry.
So, subscribe, bother us. We want to hear from you.
Reach out. We haven't heard from you. We love that you pay attention and that you make comments. Keep them coming. It makes things interesting for us too, you know.
Folks, stay safe, stay well.
We love you.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Bye-bye.
Bye. Do you think they're done watching?
Let's hope so.
All right, go get the chocolate. Oh, hey guys.
Oh, hey.